Are you looking to pursue a career in detailing and looking for a mentor and trainer? Get in contact with us. We'll see how we can help you. The next question I have for you is, what do you think? Because again, I just told you, I'm literally at the close to the 10-year mark. I'm at 9, and the last podcast I thought it was 10, and then I was like, yeah, this is why I was not good at math in school. It's one more year
One
before
more
I
year.
get to
Third.
10 years. But
Close
it was
enough.
9 years, I think,
yeah.
when you were 9 years in when we got linked up again. But what do you think has gotten me like this far, just from your experience? Like 9 years in, right? Think about, put yourself in my shoes now. You know, why do you think I've been able to kind of keep going?
Well, one thing difference between you and I at the time, you've always had this spark of putting the pieces together, finding out to how can I find a way to doing this. I feel like you saw what we already was struggling when I was at my 9 year mark. So I feel like you got in and you got to see what I was dealing with since you were right there. I feel like if you, again, when you see something again happen, like in real time, it's happening. There's just, you see somebody adjusting or trying to adjust to it, or seeing maybe my adjustments weren't the right moves. Maybe you'd be like, I don't know if I would have done that. Maybe I would have moved differently this way. Because everybody, oh, you should have done this.
Yeah.
You should have done that, But into you're really in that position, you're kind of just trying to figure it out. You're just trying to undrown yourself. You're just trying to keep floating. You're trying to keep swimming. You're just trying to stay afloat. And I feel like a lot of things I feel like you pre-saw. So I feel like you can also adjust because you've always been good with that. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up with the next plan, or things slow up, let me adjust. Or, even like, as far as like the winter months get slow. I used to tell you, hey, I picked up doing snow removal.
Yeah.
I grabbed the truck. I grabbed the plow. Try to do something this and that. You got a truck. You got a plow.
Yeah.
You got all that way
still have it.
sooner. Way sooner than I did. Example, if it took me 6 years to get, let me get a truck and let me get a snowplow and like make money that way in the winter to try to still kind of keep the bills being paid and stuff. You got that in way earlier. So like everything else I feel like you will have to deal with later or possibly come troublesome was gonna be all fresh. Like you already deal with this obstacle that was like, a bombshell at the time for me. You saw that happen already. So you're already now you're going to war number 2 basically.
Yeah.
So you're surpassing something because you're already, I already dealt with that. I already see him deal with this real quick. Made it look easy and elevated to the next
But that's
thing.
a credit to you though, because the fact that you was able to take some of those obstacles away from him gave him attention to be able to put it in different places. But he would have got stuck in those places. He may not have been able to focus on these places.
Yeah, true.
And that's why I said, like, there's not going to be enough appreciation that I can give you, because there's a lot of people that retain that. They retain that information and they just allow you to drown. And that's one of the main things that I'm trying to do now that I'm looking into more mentorship, looking more into training, that we've actually had a discussion, right?
We did.
Obviously I want to teach them how to detail, right? And aside from detailing, the other stuff that I know how to do, I want to train them how to do that. And I've always been business minded. Like, I like to do this, but I've always been more, like you said, business. I'm planning my next 5 years, my next 10 years. That's just me. So one of the main things that I did last year when I trained Jalen from Glazer's Touch was like, I wanted to prepare him for the real life things that he was going to experience. So one of the things that we talked about was, for example, I told him, this industry is really hard to retain employees and to keep them.
Good help is hard to find. Good help is
And
hard
nowadays
to
it's even harder, right? Nowadays it's even harder, right? Well, when it's a labor-intensive job, it's even harder, right? So everything that I have told them, it's based off of you.
Yeah.
This is why I said we gotta have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because
funny you say that conversation too. We'll
what?
shine on it later. But go ahead. I'll
Why
shine.
didn't you retain the information though? How come like most people retain it? So what made you not want to retain it? Because I think that's important because that's now trickled down to you.
That's true.
Right? And now you're not retaining it. Now you got the next person. What made you different from all the other owners? Because most people retain.
Like when you say retain like that information, you're saying?
Yeah.
Just
so.
Everything, yeah.
I don't know. So at one point, right? Great question, by the way.
Because before you continue, you're a very competitive person.
I know.
So that's why. So it's actually I want to know this because you're very competitive. You are very competitive.
You know what? How can I answer this? I think also because at first I'm not scared of no competition. I think in the beginning, people around me would say, "Hey, you don't tell everybody," which is it's old school tradition.
Yeah.
New school tradition. We live in a world where social media, you can find everything that you need to do online. So it's not no big secret anymore. You know, before we didn't have social media, we didn't have these videos. I mean, we had books and stuff, but it wasn't as easy as Googling how to do paint correction or how to do this. Now another thing is you just taking the time and actually doing these things. But it's all online. So it was no, oh, I got to retain this information here. Like the next person can't just go on YouTube and figure it out. Once you get over that whole thing of this person might be or could be better than me, or you got to get out of that mindset. You got to focus on you, focus on what your product is. And I think I know at one point I got that mindset out of me. And yeah, I want you to be good because I want to see how good you really could be. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, I want to see if you can even be as good as me or not better.
So low still key, a competitor.
Low key, I was definitely giving you the weapons. Like, oh no, it's fine. Here's the weapons.
Teach me. Show me.
Just show me.
Yeah.
Here's all the weapons here.
Yeah.
This is how I do it. Let me see what you got there. You know, and men sharpen men, man. We gotta, you know, and the only way we're gonna be sharper and get better is that if we stick together and, you know, come together and like learn and teach and stop being so, oh, I'm not gonna teach this person this. You can't. You got to push it forward. What you hanging on for? Yeah. You know, like if you're good, believe you're good. You shouldn't have to. A little competition don't hurt nobody. No, you know, a little competition ain't hurt nobody. It's only if it's gonna. That's what men do. We're competitive. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's not no real competition as far as like I really want to be better than you, nothing like that. It's just like, yeah, let me see what you can do with your car. Let me see what I can do with mine. You know, but I don't want to hear, oh, well, you have 5 years or experience, 7 years of experience, or hey, you have that machine, or hey, you use this product, or exactly. No, here's my sources. This is what I use. This is how I use it, you know, and just trying to like, you know, get up to speed. Like nobody taught me. It's not like I had one-on-one. I didn't sit here, watch you do it. A lot of it, again, I started off with YouTube. I had the AutoZone buffer, the one that you put the little bonnet thing on it, you know? Like, that's how I started, you know? And it's like, I corrected myself from that all the way to where I'm at now. Now I look at something like, yeah, that comes up. Yeah. And I just keep it moving after that, you know? Where people be like, are you sure? It's this, it's that. I'll be like, yeah, it's fine. It'll come up, you know? It gets to that point where, you know, I want everybody to be at that point and not be scared to, like, push that little boundary. Because I think everybody gets scared of burning paint and this other stuff. It's like, I don't know, I burned maybe 2 paints ever in my life, and I've been doing this since I was 19 years old.
I'm burning everything. I
know what I'm doing. Remember I used to always tell you, too, I used to always say, everybody's not good at what they specifically are good at. Everybody got their own specialty.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So we've been talking right now, and this actually is going to be perfect for the next question, because you've been talking about paint correction.
Yeah.
Right? Paint correction. And I'm going to tell you right now, even till right now, I would not even want to compete with you. All right? I wouldn't want to compete with you because I know that that's your passion. You keep talking about it.
Yeah.
So that's your passion. That is your passion. For me, my passion is the business, leadership. Mm-hmm. That's my passion.
Yep.
But it just so happened that I came into the detailing industry, right? So that's just a way for me to generate an income.
Yeah.
I need an income. I still need an income.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you can be in a leadership role and not be compensated at all, you know, for a while to prove yourself. You know, what are you doing? Like the youth workshops that I'm thinking of doing. It's not something, I'm doing them for free.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, this podcast, you know, doing them for free. And I don't think about the money first. I think about my idea first. Yeah, I have a game plan, you know, obviously, and we test it out and see how it goes. And then from there, you know, hey, I see this going somewhere.
Yeah.
Now let's accelerate and let's do something else. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.